How's it going? It's game time. It's game time. I forgot what I was gonna say. I was getting my stuff into the laundry thing, the laundry maker. You know the laundry maker, the one that makes your laundry. Also, my finger has been hurting for some reason, and I don't know why, and it's really annoying. It's just my middle finger on my right hand, but I don't know what's going on with that. Really weird. Probably a nail thing. It's almost always a nail thing. What was I saying? I don't know. Me thoughts none work good too well. But I just want to play some Fallen Leaf, you know? Dive in, back into the jumping and shooting. I've been itching. I don't know, this game has been, super pleasant for me. It's just been very, like, you know, it's just like a platformer. Like, I understand that, but it's just ignited the part of my brain that's like, right, this is why I like games. Not really like anything that I can put a finger on being a specific, just that it's really solid and it's what I like in a good platformer. And it's been real nice to experience that. I don't know. Sometimes you play so many games that are like constantly trying something to be like the big new idea, or like just they're always trying something like crazy. That it can be refreshing to go into a platformer that's primary goal is to be a really good game. Just be really good at what it's doing. Sometimes it's nice to go into a game for that. Not to discount like the actual ideas that are on display in this game. There's definitely plenty. Like being able to switch multiple characters in level and all that. But like, you know, at its core, it's just a really solidly made platformer. And that's been resonating with me a lot lately. It's pretty cool. It's also got me wanting to, really itching to get back to work on my own game. Because as I've said a million times, I haven't abandoned it. I just haven't had time to work on it because I've been tired, and then also I have other hobbies. How you doing? Hello, TRM. You know what we're doing. I don't know, something about playing this has really gotten me feeling the itch, even though I haven't been able to work just because I'm so tired from work. I'd just like to explain to you my daily life. I wake up at like, I usually, if I'm being honest, I wake up around like either noon or 1 o'clock. And from that point, I get to work. Or not get to work, I get ready for work. Because my shift starts at 3, so I gotta leave early enough to actually get to work on time. Interesting. Sorry, I'm just like looking at some of the level stuff here. Shooting lemons, among other things. Exactly. So then I work there until I'm supposed to get off work at 11 usually, but I've been getting overtime almost every single day because we don't have a person to help me. I've talked about this in the past. But even then, like, let's say I do get off work at 11, I'm still getting home pretty late. And I'm exhausted. I don't really do well with trying to work on the game after work. I just don't have the brain power. I'm tired. So I usually can't work on stuff after work, right? But I'll, you know, get home, unwind, because I can't go straight to bed after fucking work. It's just, my brain doesn't work that way. So usually that's where I just, I don't know what I do. Usually it's a whole lot of nothing. Like take a shower, all that stuff. Until I go to bed, which I'm not usually up for that long. Just for me to wake up and just have to get ready for work right away. So that's why I don't really ever find time to work on the game, is because I sleep in really late, mostly. Because I can't go to bed right away after work. And I know that's like very much like for anyone out there who's like doing way more, is like that's not really that big of an excuse, but it's enough to where I'm less incapacitated enough for the sake of needing to learn and make stuff, you know, for making art and all that. It takes a lot of drive for me, which sucks. It takes a lot of energy for me to do that. Which is why I don't really I can't work on the game as much as I want to. It's just like, that's my daily routine. I'm tired. Usually whenever I do get something done, it's on my days off. Like today, where I, you know, I stream a bit, and then I'll go to locals, and usually after locals is usually when I, will try to work on stuff if I can. But there's also, like, you know, taking care of, like, adult shit, like needing to go pay things or get stuff done or whatever, like, and, you know, just the really boring random shit that, like, isn't anything in specific that you gotta do a lot when being an adult. I also do those on my days off as well. So I just usually wind up really tired. I don't always get the chance to work on things whenever I want to work on things, and that's kind of like what my routine is and why I usually don't work on my projects as much as I would like to. It's one of the reasons why I really don't spend much time working on, like, stream stuff as I used to as well, because I used to, like, anyone who's been here for a long time knows, I used to always be cranking out new stuff for stream setups and stream overlays and all that. I used to switch overlays every game we played, which was stupid and dumb, and don't do that, that's so much work. But I used to do that. I used to theme every setup I had based off of what we were playing. And I slowed down on that a lot, of course. But, like, I stopped doing that as much, so that way I can try to work on my own bigger projects as much, but even then I haven't been working on that at all either. But I've been trying. I've been itching. I got some stuff done recently. I think I'm gonna take a break from the stuff I'm working on to make some stuff that's more presentable. Just, I don't know. I've been feeling the itch to do stuff. I've been really mad at myself this year for how little I've actually gotten done. We need to switch characters. There we go. Yeah, that's the thing, is it's work and I'm tired all the fucking time. I'm so worn out. And then I try to hang out with my friends and stuff sometimes whenever I can. Like the other night, me and Shiv just stayed up late and watched Minecraft YouTube videos, which is something we do sometimes because it's good for the brain to have a fun thing to do with friends. Just stuff like that. I try to spend time with them whenever I can. Because, like, as you've probably noticed, because of my shift, I don't usually get to join in on things as often, just because I'm at work during the times when people are functional human beings. Hey, there's a secret here. I almost missed that. See, that's why it's good that we miss stuff. Saito, you don't need to beat yourself over more. Yeah, I 100% know that it is. I'm not mad at myself. I am mad at the fact that it is just how the world is. I wonder how different it would be if I worked earlier shifts. I wonder if I would be more functional after work. Cause like I sleep in. It's not like I am waking up early for anything. Cause I need the sleep. I say I sleep in. I still don't sleep very well. That's probably a part of it. I don't sleep well. Now that I think about it, that's probably a huge part of it. I do not sleep well. But no, that's just a bunch of excuses, honestly. Those are my excuses, and I think they're valid. I don't need to justify them, but those are my excuses and my reasons why. It's just interesting to think about. It's a lot less that I'm, like, beating myself up over it. It's just a lot more of, like, I want to work on shit, but also I'm not the kind of person who can just, like, hunker down and work on art and programming and stuff like that whenever I don't have the energy to do it. I physically cannot do it. Especially not in a way that, like, is making something of the quality that I would want to present, right? Especially when it's something I want to make something that's of good enough quality. I need to be on for that. I need to be 100% on. Because that is a kind of a thing that I refuse to do with my own project, especially the game. Is I refuse to make something that I would not consider my own bar of quality, of, like, at least a good, fun thing. I don't want to put out, like, a half-baked project, which I know, terrible thing for a first project, for a first major project, but you know. I just care about that a lot. If it's something I'm going to be asking people to spend their time with, I want to make it worth that. But I don't know, playing this and stuff like that has got me really feeling the itch to get back to working on it and stuff like that in a good way. In a really good way. And then for my own mental health, I'm trying to, you know, do things that get me out of the apartment and all that, because I think it's very important to do that, which is why I play card games. You know, I play trading card games. Like, it's very much a thing that's, like, good for my mental health. It gets me out of the apartment. It gets me going to places and interacting with people in a way that is fun and I enjoy. Which is important. I think more people need, not necessarily that specifically, but something of that vein in their life. I think it's good to have a thing you are excited to go and do. That way you don't get stuck in, like, the depressing loop of work, home, work, home, work, home. Which, you know, it's very privileged of me to say that I can do that, and I'm very well aware of that, but, like, if you can, I think it is very important. We're gonna wait till we get more junk before we turn that in. I think it's very important if you're able to try to find something like that. This is an awesome level. I just remembered that we were going into a graveyard. I'm very excited for the graveyard aesthetic. Because, like, you know, card games weren't the first thing I had of that. Like, I still read manga, and, like, my trip to the bookstore I very much consider to be a part of that whole, like, going somewhere and having something I'm excited for. Which is why I try to physically go to bookstores whenever I can versus just ordering what I want. Because, you know, it is good for your brain to go out and do that. Look at this boner. Look at this boner over here. This bony guy. Oh, this is such a cool... Sorry, I was just kind of listening. I like good spooky chiptune music. I like this funky groove. What if I just don't deal with that? What if we just don't? Okay, they go up. Except for that one. That one go down. Why did this not get hit? Okay, there we go. I don't remember, did we have anything we were needing to spend money on besides, like, some of those magic crystals? Oh, the attack ups. Right, we needed the attack ups. It's been a second. I want to remember what we had going on. Is there a way I can get up there? If there's anything that's like a secret little hidey place, I think it would be up here. Okay, no. Okay, I see. I was confused for a second because I wasn't thinking that was standable. I was thinking that was like a backdrop. Because I'm dumb, even though they're the exact same thing as the rest of our stuff. The rest of our platforms. There we go. Speaking of going out to places and doing stuff, specifically card games, one of my locals is supposed to be holding a big tournament, and they said that sign-ups would be up today, but I spent a good chunk of my morning trying to find it. Not today, that they're not gonna have it. They're gonna have it like later in the month, and I was gonna sign up, but I can't seem to find it, so that's a little annoying. I'll ask some of the others today when I go to play. If any of them have found it yet either. Shit. No. Wow, I missed all of those. There we go, no more of that. No bony man. There we go. I'm very excited for a new card game coming out as well. There is, shit. It's not gonna be like the next big thing or whatever, but there's Union Arena, which is another like anime licensed property crossover game. And it's just exciting to have like another game for collecting. If a series comes out you like, it's nice to have one of these ones that like you only really gotta buy into the sets that have the series you like. They're really good to have as like side games, because you only have to buy like 1 or 2 sets. You don't have to care about every release. Shit, I thought I would have killed it by then. Yeah. No. Back off, dude. So rude. Yeah, I was say I saw your glowy eyes. You ain't fooling me. Sneaky P. What? Excuse me, sir. What a weird card game. Oh, yeah, the idea of like the weird collector type thing. But Code Geass, yeah, they got Code Geass being a set that's coming out. Not right away. The first 3 sets they're launching the game with are, there we go. Holy shit, Ghost P. The first 3 sets they're launching with are Bleach, Jujutsu Kaisen, and Hunter x Hunter, all of which are not series that I'm particularly invested in, but I don't know, it's just exciting to have one that could potentially hit a series that I'm interested in. I haven't watched Code Geass, so but I know that's a crazy one to do when they do a JoJo set. I'll probably bring that up because that'll probably be one that I buy into. I like my JoJo's. What I laugh at is in Japan, they have Tekken 7 as a set. Because this game's only been out in Japan for like a year. They might skip that set bringing it over here. Mainly because, like, it'd be weird if they released the Tekken 7 set when people are playing Tekken 8 right now. But I think it would be really funny. This is those mushrooms that everybody goes after. Ain't that a mighty fine shroom? Its spores are gonna make an even finer potion. What ain't gonna be fine is our return trip through the woods with these spores. We're bound to... Oh, this is probably where we're gonna find, the mushroom we were looking for. We're bound to attract spooky monsters. Well, wouldn't you like to try a bottle of our spore-infused potions? If you help us get it back home, you could. Of course, it'd still cost you. Our dad would like to give it, would like it very much if, wouldn't like it very much if we just gave some away. Reading is hard. Actually, I feel a lot safer, if you just paid for one up front, you know, so you don't just leave it high and dry. Does 200 jewels sound fair? Yeah. Let's hope we're tough as we... Oh, okay, it's one of these. Let's pick a character that I'm better at controlling. Good. No, shit. Okay, so having a Pirates level that wasn't a direct sequel to the previous world? Yeah. Really looking at this, I love that world in Kingdom Hearts 3. Mainly just because, like, the sense of adventure it gives you. Like, they made a pirate game that feels, or they made a pirate level that makes you feel like you're doing pirate stuff. Like, because the thing with all the other pirate levels in Kingdom Hearts is, like, they're less of, they're only in aesthetic. So I thought it was really cool that they chose instead to lean into, like, the actual gameplay for the flavor of it. Like, it's not just... sorry, this is very intense. It's not just, fuck my brain. What? Okay, we're good. I don't know, I like that they wanted to make you feel like you're doing pirate stuff instead of just visually. Shit! Oh, I was trying to figure out how to attack upwards. It's probably its best world. It's definitely up there. I haven't played it in a long time. I know I really like the Tangled world. The Tangled world was very, somewhat linear, but it had, like, just enough flavor and exploration. Just enough flavor and exploration, just really fun set pieces. I really enjoyed the Tangled world. I think that might be my favorite in Kingdom Hearts 3, which is a very vanilla and basic choice, but, like, I don't know. It just always was doing something fun all the way through. I don't have enough money. Shit. You know what we can do? We can turn into this guy and make a couple bucks. Wow, he only wanted the dirty socks. Alright. But I love that world. I thought it was really fun. I think I liked all of them. I think the Frozen world overstayed its welcome, but that's not a hot take. I think a lot of people are like, yeah, that world was a bit too long. I wouldn't even hate it that much if it just did more interesting stuff. Like, I think my problem with the Frozen world was that, like, it just, like, nothing is happening. The way it tried to mix things up was with the fucking Olaf minigame that nobody wanted to do and nobody enjoys doing. I wholeheartedly hate the fucking Olaf thing. I didn't charge it fast enough. You kind of ruined the Pirates World for you. I think the biggest thing with the Pirates World is you have to be careful not to, like... Yeah, 100%ing it is kind of a nightmare if you don't find everything reasonably fast. Because it's so much sailing and just not really doing much if you are 100%ing it. Because when you're trying to find that last piece of treasure, it's a little bit annoying. But I overall still really say it's one of the highlights of the game for me. But as a completionist, it kind of takes forever. Shit, I didn't think it was going to shoot a fireball. But I still love it. I think that's kind of just the Kingdom Hearts 3 thing in general, though, is as a completionist, a lot of the things can start dragging because their stuff is so big. I think that's just something that whole game kind of has, is as a completionist, you kind of reach that point of running through the motions. And when you can't fucking find, like, one treasure chest in the list of, like, 300. Shit. Ghost hand. Oh, the ghost hand went away and didn't give me a hand. But, like, I don't know. Overall, I still think Kingdom Hearts 3 was incredible. I love that game. Prism Trouble. Yeah, they've been coming up again lately. They've been showing up a lot more than they were for a bit there. Not at the worst we've ever had, but they've been coming back. Oh, he reignited at a scary time. Nice. This is a very, very intense area. Ooh. A lot of people have had issues with it, I can't deny them. But it's really just... Yeah, I mean, like, I don't know. It's one of those worlds that, like, it suffers from just, like, kind of the thing that the whole game and, like, a lot of games of this era do, of, like, it's so big. Isn't that exciting? Now scour it for the one little Easter egg. And I'm like, alright. But, like, overall, I have a great time anytime I go there. Like, I definitely get people's frustrations, but, like, I didn't think it was that big of a deal. Holy shit, that thing survived. Like, I just don't think I was frustrated to the extent that other people were. This level's intense. This level's got some stuff going on. Oh, see, I have no nostalgia for Toy Story. I'm not, like, a big Toy Story fan. I have nothing against Toy Story. I think I like Toy Story 1 and 2. I don't have, like, any nostalgia for it at all. I'm like, yeah, this is a good movie. Good movies. But, like, I'm pretty tolerant to a lot of the jank that a lot of people aren't. What do I do? What do I do? What do I do? That's really hard to deal with this character. Shit. Alright, we're good. When the Square Enix versus 13 fuckeries go on. Yeah, it was quite the entrance. I thought that was really funny. I don't know. I liked Kingdom Hearts 3. It definitely is one of those games that, like, people were very divisive on, and I didn't think that deeply about it. because I didn't overhype myself for it, and so I went in and had a good time, and that's all I wanted out of it. But that's how I go into most games. Like, you guys have probably seen, I'm pretty easy to please because I'm not overhyping myself. I think the biggest thing with a lot of the people who, like, had some major problems with Kingdom Hearts 3 was the build-up to Kingdom Hearts 3. I think was the real culprit to a lot of people's gripes with it. Because just so many people hype themselves up for a perfect game, and I'm like, it's Kingdom Hearts. It's gonna be fucking flawed. It's gonna have problems. Every single game in the series is not perfect. Because they're always trying some weird shit, which is why I like it. It's a series that's always trying some fucking weird bullshit, and I think that keeps it interesting. I think that's one of the reasons why Kingdom Hearts is such a fun series of games to play, is because it's always trying stuff, and sometimes that makes annoying things happen. Because that's just how it works. They're not sticking to a tried and true formula, which is a good thing. That's, like I said, that's one of the things that I love about that series, is that they're always fucking trying shit. And in a gaming market where, like, trying shit is so dangerous that no company with a budget wants to do it, because they want to, you know, guarantee success as much as possible, which I'm not criticizing that. If you're gonna dump so much money into it, like, yeah, you're gonna want to be as much guaranteed. I mean, I am criticizing that. I fucking hate it. I think it makes games bland and boring, but, like, I understand it, I guess is a better way of saying it. This is a cool set piece right here. I love that Kingdom Hearts doesn't do that. I love that Kingdom Hearts is weird. And always trying some bullshit. I think that's interesting. Like, they could have done the safe thing and then just made Kingdom Hearts 2 again. You know? But they didn't. They made a really ambitious and interesting game that was wanting to try a bunch of stuff still. They wanted to try making these areas that you can explore and giving you actual systems to do it, and tried to mix in different incentives to do it. Like, I don't know. I think that game deserves a lot of props for, like, it had ideas on how to tackle a lot of the, it was actually trying to tackle a lot of the problems that certain design trends lead into that they were trying to adapt. Like, they didn't just blindly make it big open world for the sake of big open world. They went into it and they were like, we understand what the problems here are, and we want to try and give tools to fight it, like good, fast movement, you know, interesting and diverse collectibles, things like that. And I think they, for the most part, did a pretty stellar job, as, like, imperfect as it is, because I think that's just going to be inherent to trying to do those kind of things. I think they did a pretty stellar job. Also, my big thing with Kingdom Hearts 3, bringing back exploring in an interesting way at all. Because let's face it, Kingdom Hearts 1, really interesting game, lots of focus on exploration. And then every game since, it's like, I guess there's you can kinda explore if you want, but not really. It's just more focused on combat. So that was a big deal to me. That's why Kingdom Hearts 1 is still my favorite Kingdom Hearts game. Is because there's so much focus on it being a fun exploration-y platform game versus, like, here are a bunch of rooms to fight shit in. I love all the other Kingdom Hearts games as well. Like, don't take that as me hating them, but, like, when Kingdom Hearts 3 wanted to try and bring a layer of that back, that was, for me, a really exciting moment. Kichu's combat is when it worked the best in the other games. I mean, I just don't think... I think Kingdom Hearts 3 just was trying to find a middle ground between that and the spin-off games that it was doing. And I don't think it succeeded in that very well, but I still think it was fun enough. I don't hate it as much as other people do. I think it's fine. But I prefer Kingdom Hearts 1's combat and Chain of Memories' combat. But Chain of Memories, for obvious reasons that I know is just a me thing. Like, I'm not gonna tell people, like, Chain of Memories is actually the best gameplay for these, like, no. No, I like cards. I like deck builders. And it's a unique deck builder. But I like Kingdom Hearts 1's slow, heavy, methodical combat way more than the... But it's also just a different... It's just a completely different system than what Kingdom Hearts 2... I tried to pick it up. Kingdom Hearts 2's systems altogether. Kingdom Hearts 2 was just trying to be a different kind of game. And then I think the other ones were too, like, all the other spin-offs were trying to be interesting in different ways versus just trying to recreate Kingdom Hearts 2. And I try to appreciate them for that versus wanting them to be more like 2. Yeah, Kingdom Hearts 1's combat, I think the thing with Kingdom Hearts 1's combat is people want it to be Kingdom Hearts 2. I think that's like the big problem it has. When it's just a completely different thing that is not trying to be similar whatsoever. It's like focused on like parrying and shit. And like positioning. It's, like I said, it's slow and methodical. Comparatively. While Kingdom Hearts 2 is way more expressive and fluid. It's just a different approach. It's just not trying to be the same thing. You hate the flow of them most of the time. Yeah, a lot of Kingdom Hearts 3 would just result in you being stuck in animation and stuff like that. I do understand that. I think 3 has more credit than people give to it, though. I think it was trying to be a lot more defense focused, a lot more focus on like guarding and countering, but I think it just kind of all got muddied a bit with other systems like the flow motion and the trying to incorporate, you know, flow motion and snappy movement and all that stuff, and the crazy spectacle. Because I think what Kingdom Hearts 3 was trying to go for just doesn't feel... It's not something that you really feel very well whenever you're in crazy spectacle combat like that. In a game that, like, is very over-the-top, anime dramatic type like that, like, slow and defensive I just don't think meshes as well, especially as a step back from Kingdom Hearts 2. They would have gotten so many more complaints. I think just what they were going for is gonna feel awkward after all of the games that came prior. I think they kind of just were in a position where what they wanted to do with what they were wanting to try with that, just... There's not a way that you could do it with fan expectations for what it needs to be being what it was. You know what I mean? Because like, Kingdom Hearts identified its gameplay, like, basically since 2 and onwards as fluid and fast. And very spectacle, not even fast, but like very spectacle based. Because even with the PSP game and the DS game, like there was a lot of... There was just a lot of spectacle to it. And defense is a lot harder to do while keeping that, what do you call it? While keeping that vibe. Which I think they did a very good job considering, but like I don't really know how else you could. Because defense is just naturally not a very flashy and cool thing, right? But it very much feels like that's what they were wanting to try and do. But I do think it's fun. Since counters are good. Yeah, well, I mean, the problem is those were designed with critical mode and all that stuff in mind, which they did later, which... I'm not gonna say this as I know this for a fact or anything, but like... It seems pretty clear that they added that stuff in way later because they were like, shoot, what we currently have is not going to fly with people. Like I definitely feel like that guy in the DLC stuff is very well. Also, that is that's a problem that Kingdom Hearts has always had as well. Is like Kingdom Hearts has never incentivized using any of its depth in any of the games. I don't think. Like, that's why people think Kingdom Hearts 1 is like, there's nothing to it, is because it never asks you to use anything in it. Kingdom Hearts 2, people think it's just mash X until you mash triangle because it never really incentivizes you to do better. Like, I don't know. I don't think that's, like, unique to Kingdom Hearts 3. I think it suffers from being the one that people hadn't spent the time to do that with yet, in a world where everyone has figured out how to be cool in the depth of all the others. Is it to the same degree as, like, 2? I don't think so, but I think there's definitely plenty enough there. Also, I hate the shot locks. I'm never gonna like shot locks in any of them. Sorry to people who like shot locks. I just don't like shot locks in any fucking Kingdom Hearts game. So there's actually from the supers. Yeah, it's the spectacle. It's spectacle moves. That's the whole point, is being spectacle. And but I can't fucking even tell what's happening. Kingdom Hearts 3, when I was playing through it and I was refusing to use like the rides and all that stuff, it felt awesome. Anyways, I'll be right back. I'm gonna go switch my laundry over and we can talk more about Kingdom Hearts when I get back. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. Where is my thing? I had some trouble getting my dryer stuff going, but I fixed it. Oh, okay, I'm back. But yeah, no, I definitely get. Kingdom Hearts is kind of in a weird place where it's like, I feel like its expectations are, the expectations that those games have is kind of, oh, what is happening? Oh, weird. Okay, there we go, I fixed it, sorry. I forgot to click into the game window, so I was doing things on my desktop as well. I don't remember what I was saying. Oh well. Must not have been important. I like Kingdom Hearts. That's my point. I like Kingdom Hearts. And those games are flawed, but I think their flaws come from the things that I love about them, which is that they try shit. That they're fucking weird. And they try to be interesting games. In a company that doesn't really have to do that, like Square Enix could just sell like a bog standard, like, hey, this, oh, I mean, a bog standard Kingdom Hearts game doesn't mean anything because every game is so different, but like, they could just try to recreate the success of like 2 or whatever, and people would eat it up and they'd be like, oh, best game, yeah, so good, eat more please. Like, they could just do that and they would be successful. I really love that Kingdom Hearts is a franchise that doesn't just do that, though. That is one of my favorite things about Kingdom Hearts, is that it's a weird series that almost prides itself, it feels like it prides itself on, like, just actually trying things and being interestingly developed. What the fuck is that? Oh, there's a fly in my blinds and it scared the shit out of me. Last year I had a wasp problem where wasps getting into my blinds and I hated that. Sorry, I need to deal with this. I keep on seeing it there and it's annoying the hell out of me. 1 second. Hi, it's me. I'm back. It's a shame that Square Enix tries so hard to try new things and they feel like they only figure something out that's really good like 30% of the time. That is definitely why I don't really play Kingdom Hearts, or not Kingdom Hearts, Final Fantasy anymore. I haven't liked the direction Final Fantasy has gone in a long time. But I respect it. People seem to love it, so that's just a me thing. I think it's mostly those teams, though. You know what I mean? Because Dragon Quest is pretty happy. Well, I shouldn't discount how much work Dragon goes into making each Dragon Quest game feel unique. But not to the same extent as like Final Fantasy or Kingdom Hearts. I think the big thing for me though, about Final Fantasy specifically, is Final Fantasy is a franchise that cares so much about spectacle. And it's been this way even back like forever ago when I was a big fan of the franchise, that like it will overshadow so many other things that they could possibly want to do with the game. They care very much about impressing you with how shiny their product is. And it works for a lot of people, and I don't even think that they design bad games, but I think the consequences of a lot of that tend to be the things that have kind of made me fall out of love with Final Fantasy. Like, I think, like, even back with, like, Final Fantasy VII, like, it sold itself as, like, this huge next-gen, like, look how crazy of a movie we can sell you. Look at our cutscenes and our like that was very much a thing that Final Fantasy VII was sold on, and they kept doing that all the way through like 8. 9 was actually meant to be just like, hey, return to form. That was its big selling thing, which is one of the reasons why I think people really love 9, with the sensibilities of the newer ones. But like even 10 and 12 and stuff, like a huge thing with those was how good they looked and how well they could sell you the spectacle. And I just really don't care. And it led to a lot of decisions, like, once you start hitting, like... Well, I mean, like, I think a good example of, like, an early one in a game that I myself and a lot of people do, like, the fucking cutscenes for super moves in Final Fantasy VII are so fucking long because they want to show off, look how cool our graphics are. You get shit like Knights of the Round, even some of the Bahamut summons take way longer than they ever should. Or like the fucking second or third time Sephiroth blows up the fucking solar system. I'm like, okay, I get it. Like, that's always been like Final Fantasy's thing. Even on the Super Nintendo and stuff, that's always been Final Fantasy's thing. And I never really minded until it started being like Final Fantasy 13, I think, like is the big example, where they were very open that their goal was they wanted to make a game that was like the movie, like the 7 movie. That was their goal with those systems, and it's like it's very clear that the spectacle and showing off took precedent over a lot of other things. Like that was one of what their primary goals were. And like, I've stood up for Final Fantasy 13. As much as I hate that game with a fiery passion, I do think there's more there than people give it credit for. And that is one of my most hated games of all time. We've been through this many times. I put an active effort into understanding that game, and I feel like I do pretty well. I just disagree with all the decisions. But like, you start seeing that in like Kingdom Hearts and stuff. I mean, even Kingdom Hearts 2 had a lot of that as well. With, you know, I think of like swinging on the fucking chandelier in Beast's castle for that, like the press triangle things in Kingdom Hearts 2. And even some of the summons in Kingdom Hearts 1, like, had layers of that to them too, but they weren't so egregious as they get in like a lot of newer Final Fantasy things. That's hugely partially why I believe, this is me speculating by the way, or it might not be, I don't know if they've said anything about this, but like why Final Fantasy is like not turn-based anymore. Because turn-based is not spectacle. Turn-based is not as exciting as if you can see the action constantly happening. Like, that's probably why they make that decision, honestly. which I don't think it's like the right or wrong decision, but it's the decision that I personally don't resonate with. I'm not gonna say Final Fantasy needs to be turn-based or whatever, because it's very clear that like what they're doing resonates with people. What they're doing works for a lot of people that are not me. And I don't want to take that away for them, but it does mean that Final Fantasy is not a franchise that I really care about anymore. And I'm okay with that. I don't need to like Final Fantasy, especially because they do a really good job of like, despite all of this, like they do a really good job of putting out titles to cater to people like me, right? They put out like Bravely Default, and they do the Pixel remasters and like shit like that. Like they are definitely not neglecting their classic or their more traditional Final Fantasy fans. It's just not in the main series anymore. So like that's like Square definitely have not abandoned people like me, the fucking old timers who are like, I liked my games back when it was my turn and I got to pick a move in a menu. Yeah. Like, and like even the sentiment that people didn't like Octopath, like the important thing is what they were trying to do with Octopath was to give the people who like older Final Fantasies and stuff a new game that they could enjoy. It was very much them trying to show like, hey, we have not abandoned you and we still care about these players. I'm gonna check down here for secrets. There's no secrets there. But it definitely was not like the Bravely series, where I feel like Bravely is way more well received than Octopath was. I mean, I guess like they did make an Octopath 2, so I guess it probably didn't do that bad. I bet Octopath is one of those games where it's like hashtag gamers like us, the very online bunch. We're like, here's my problems, and then like normal John GameStop, who pre-ordered his copy from GameStop, was like, wow, this is nostalgia. 10 out of 10. I bet it worked for like, I bet that's who like it really appealed to. Which is fine. I think it's important to have games for those people. I'm not them. But, you know, that's probably what happened with that. I'm assuming. Because it seemed like it was successful, right? I think that Octopath 2 had a better reception. I did not hear anything about Octopath 2. I'm glad to hear that it has better reception, though. Like, I don't know, I think Square listens to its fans and tries to appease them, or someone at Square does who's important enough to be making these decisions. I think cares more than we give them credit for. And I think that's one of the reasons why they're still beloved, despite, you know, a lot of decisions their business side are clearly making, and their investors are clearly making. Because, you know, a lot of the business people at Square make a lot of decisions that, holy shit, shut up. You know what I mean? We just found the combat boring. I mean, there's a lot of people who don't really care about combat in these games as well. And they just want to play a story, which I think is fine. I've had plenty of games where I play that, where I'm that way. Sometimes a good narrative is all people need. I feel like I'm going slow. Oh, don't miss those shots, please. I'm just gonna blow that up. Fuck! Oh, this is way harder than it seems. I keep on going in thinking I'm doing good, and then I'm not. I didn't play either of the Bravely Defaults, though. Not Bravely Defaults, sorry, Octopaths. I played Bravely 2 on stream, and I loved that game. Bravely 2 was fucking awesome. Bravely 2 spoke to me as a Final Fantasy III fan, and also one who thinks those Final Fantasy III would be better if it had any story at all. Because fun fact, if you've played that game, if you play Final Fantasy III, it has no story. It's an NES RPG. Just keep it up. Keep up the pressure. Good. Fuck that. Oh, I see you there. I see you there. Nope, not on my watch. You guys good? You guys good? Did we make it? Oh, I don't trust it. I don't trust it. Oh, you sneaky fuck. No. No. Fuck! Oh, not being able to turn around is what's making it really hard. We need to pick a character that can turn around. For a good story, I've gotten to the point in Sophie where Plakta almost has a body. I was told to wait a week and went, I'm EP. I'm calling stream, I haven't gotten back to it. Well, I'm glad you're having fun. That game doesn't have very much story, but it's enough to be investing. It's just cause like it is like it's a slice of life anime given a whole JRPG. It's very strange. But I'm glad you're enjoying it. Like I said, that is one of my favorite games of all time. How are you resonating with the crafting? That seems to be a part that a lot of people get hung up on with the Mysterious trilogy of Atelier games. Who do we go in as? What's going on with everyone's lives counts story? Yeah, absolutely. That's what I mean by like it's a slice of life RPG instead of like it's a slice of life turned into an RPG rather than like an actual epic, which I think is cool. I'm all for that. Let's try Paula. I think Paula can handle this. I think that's exactly the kind of flavor that Atelier games benefit from. I also like that it does not really put too much pressure on you to get perfect at on like how fast you need to get things done. You do get to do whatever you want, but I get that it like 100% is not for everyone based on that. You're starting to get into the crafting. You can see why I got really addicted. You can see why I got super into fucking hell that is crafting hell. Oh yeah, Paula is annihilating this, by the way. Nope. Don't even need to do that. But I've never seen that trait. Oh, that can be a tricky part whenever you don't know where to get a trait. There's no shame in looking it up if you get absolutely stuck. This is the most fucking troll thing, by the way, just putting them on a treadmill. But because we have the uppercut, I'm not too worried about handling this as Paula. I'm surprised it took me this long to think of doing it as Paula. By the way. Got that big mush. I can't do this right now. Yeah, oh, the pain of like seeing something in the book and you're like, I want to make that. How do I make that? Is the alchemy the same way for all of Sophie games? So, Sophie 2 is like an updated version of Sophie 1's. It's got a little bit more to it. There's a little bit of an update to it. And then, yeah, the Mysterious trilogy are all built on the same foundation as Sophie 1, but they do mix it up in each game. I will say, I don't like Fierce's crafting. I tell you Fierce's, but they all do, every game in the Mysterious trilogy does star a different protagonist, but you will meet Sophie and they take place in the same world and stuff. But yeah, they do span multiple pro tags. You can play them in any order you want. I really enjoyed playing Fierce for the story and characters. I don't like the crafting very much in Fierce. It's got a weird system about like you have to level up things and it's a bit annoying, but everything else about Fierce, I really love the story and all that. So if you want more of that Atelier flavor of story and stuff, Fierce is fantastic. Yeah, there's only 2 Sophie games. Mysterious Trilogy is great, though. You get more Sophie in all of them. And then Lydian Suelle was my very first Atelier game, so I'm not too good at the crafting in that. I'd have to go back to it and play more. But I know that a lot of people like it. It's once again built on the same foundation, and there's like an extra layer of complexity to it. That has to do with like how you build things with like planet alignments or whatever. Yeah, Ryza has very good crafting as well. If it's the crafting you really resonate with, the Ryza trilogy and the Mysterious trilogy are where they're like that. The games before that have, yeah, the ones with time limits before Sophie. They also have like not nearly as deep of crafting systems. I don't find them nearly as engaging crafting-wise, but I still love them. But yeah. So you still have a good, like... You still have a good 7 games there if it's just the Ryza trilogy and the Mysterious trilogy you're looking at. So that's still a good, hefty amount of game to play. But I'm glad you're liking it. The thing I always get nervous about recommending them to people for is, like, they're just so... You're not gonna know if you like it until you play it. I feel with them. Raises your power by up to 2 tiers. Also refill. Ooh, so it's all hearts and 100% amount. Okay, so that's like the best thing. That's the good thing. How expensive is it? They're not even that expensive. Interesting. Halfway through the game, even since it's just Plachta's doll body. Yeah. Sophie 1, I think, is still my favorite. Sophie 2 is very reminiscent of 1, though. It's super... If you want to go just straight into Sophie 2 after 1, that would be totally fine. You can play all the Mysterious games in any order, despite the fact that they take place in the same universe. There's just, like, you won't know what the deal is with, like, the previous protagonists, because their story is already over. But, like, it's not about them. It's about the new protagonist. Close enough like Stardew, but wouldn't mind some extra complexity in the crafting. Yeah, if you want more anime and more cutscene in your Stardew Valley. A little bit more RPG in your Stardew Valley. And by a little bit more, I mean like a lot more. The big barrier, I think, with a lot of people is the crafting. Like, they don't realize just what they're getting into until they get to it, and then they get very overwhelmed. But the games are very forgiving. Like, you don't have to be good at the crafting at all. Like, you can get by making just the most dog shit, like, crafts, and the game will not punish you for it. But it's so rewarding. It's so rewarding to get good at the crafting. Like, it is willing to reward you for your hard work. It's just not gonna punish you if you don't get good at it. Which is, like, the perfect way to handle it. Like, you feel fantastic for figuring it out. And there's, like, some crazy super bosses and shit. If you want the extremely brutal challenges, like, they are there in the post-game as well. They definitely know that they have 2 different audiences with the Atelier series. They got the crazy hardcore people and the people who just love them as a cozy game. And I think they do a really good job of catering to both of them. Gust are cool. I like them. I don't know. The first Alive trait items, I went, need. I'm all of theirs. Is so weird, aren't they? Yeah, when you discover a new trait that can completely change how you can craft items, it's so fascinating. Like, it just activates neurons in my brain. Like, there's a reason why, like, my favorite parts of when we streamed the games was when we hit, is when we hit crafting hell, where we're about to go to the final area, and I'm like, all right, we're gonna stream for 8 hours straight. And it's just gonna be me crafting items. And then my brain stops working because I'm just thinking about things. Oh, it's just, it does something to me. It does something to my brain. My brain chemicals like it a lot. Shit. There we go. That trade's the one that makes the things get used on me. Yeah, I do remember that one. I do remember that one a lot, because Alive is such a cool trait. Doesn't it weaken it a little bit, or am I thinking of something else? They've also changed it slightly every game. Like, they tweak the traits every game, so they're not exactly the same every time. Which is good, it keeps things fresh. Puni Jelly is a fun item. You have so many options because of how like crazy crafting can get whenever you get good at it. Like you can use like any healing item in the game and it can be viable, and I love that so much. Alive is such a fun trait though. Just being able to proc your stuff to go off just whenever you take damage, and it's basically like getting free moves. It's so crazy. I love that in the Atelier games, you don't get new weapons. You just keep on, like, you get like maybe like 1 or 2 new recipes for weapons occasionally. But when you get better equipment, it is purely because you can make better equipment, and I love that. And there's so much expression with how you choose to make your equipment. It's cool. There's so much player expression with how you choose to craft and create your character builds and your equipment and armor and weapons and consumables in a way that no other game really. It's not a transferable trait. Oh, okay, that makes sense. That's probably why I haven't used it a ton. Right, because it's usually, yeah, you're right, because it's usually on like something Puni related. Oh, this is a really cool room. Supersonic Puni missile. Right! I forgot about the supersonic Puni missiles. Yeah, it's just one of those things where like it's just the part of my brain that as a kid I was always fascinated with like fantasy stories of like potion brewers and alchemists and like stories where magic is a science that people learn and can get really creative with. Like Witch Hat Atelier is very much a magic as a learnable thing, and you can get very creative with how you handle it. Stuff like that. It activates that part of my brain, and it fulfills the child in me that has always loved those type of stories and worlds. Atelier, very much. That is why I love it so much. It very much creates a fulfillment to that part of my brain that I love in fantasy, in a way I've never experienced in another franchise. And it comes from it being like hyper niche and specific on who it is made for. Like, it is not going to be appealing to everyone. And I think that's one of the trade-offs you get at making something that's that catered to a specific feeling. It's not going to vibe with a lot of people. But I think that is one of my favorite ways a game can be made, is when it's made knowingly into that trade-off. For anything, really. Way more armor weapons instead of needing to go to the blacksmith for. Yeah, no, there's like 2 or 3 different weapons in that game. It's just 100% like, just I wanted to go all in and make the materials to make the materials to make the materials that were being used to make the materials to make my weapons. And you can see, like, once you experience it, you can see how I got so deep. You can see exactly how I got so deep into it. Or, like, when it clicks and you find an infinite loop, you find that infinite loop where you can, like, max out quality or traits or something, and you're like, oh, how can I pass this down? It's something that no other game, like, it does something to my brain chemistry. It's like one of those things where it's like, it should not be as exciting. It is the most, you know that joke where it's like all games are menus or parkour? It is like the peak of like, I am just blatantly playing menus the game. But it's fun. I don't know. You know I got bad whenever I was like busting out the flowcharts. Because there's like spreadsheets and flowcharts that I was starting to look at for making shit, and like, oh boy. If you want a useful website, by the way, for when you want to start looking up things, and you're done, like, just exploring, like, alright, I give up. Where the hell is this? Barrel Wisdom, one of the best websites and resources for playing Atelier games. Just Barrel Wisdom. They got like mostly the Mysterious games and the Ryza games pretty mapped out. Very useful. You can just like look up recipes on how to get things. You can look up everything you need there, and it's pretty easy to navigate and find what you're looking for. But if you don't want to be at that point where you're looking things up, I usually wait until I'm like at end game and I'm just doing my final craft. Because I love discovering all the way up till that point. But it's useful. The barrel! Yeah, and now you know why I do that. I love this P-Wiz. Welcome. You are keen to stumble upon my secret abode. Tell me, do you know the lore of these treacherous castles? I studied them for many years, and then I asked one of the locals to explain. He told me they were built in honor of a great and powerful wizard. In other words, these castles are a symbol of just how dang cool he was. Or something. Oh, and because of him, everyone was able to do whatever they wanted. That's pretty cool. Even violent things. Uh-oh. But you know what else was cool and totally not violent? The mother stock back at home. I really miss her. Can you let me see her again? Sure. Sure thing, little buddy. It's just, that's like one of the most like I don't understand this running joke in Atelier is just, yeah, if the protagonists go up to a barrel, they just say barrel. Like, barrel! I don't know if there's like a Japanese joke there that just doesn't translate at all to English, or if that's just a thing that they just do. I'm happy either way. It's just funny to me. Did that on purpose. This is such a cool level. Like, to me, when it comes to combat and stuff in RPGs, Atelier, especially Sophie in the Mysterious Trilogy, are absolute examples of how you don't need a lot to make really engaging and thought-provoking combat in a turn-based RPG. Because those characters have like 3 or 4 moves. The whole game. There's like a tiny level cap. The level cap in those games are minuscule. But just through sheer expression on like what you choose to do and stuff and how you choose to build your party, like, can be completely different. Because there's just so much depth in what little options there are there. And I think it's so much more interesting than when I have like a billion spells at my disposal and I don't care or use any of them. That part of the thought-provoking element is that the fights can often be terrifying. They are! But the game is another thing that they do that the Final Fantasy really fucking annoys me with. Atelier is happy to let you fucking break the game wide open. They will let you stack every debuff in the game on a boss. To absurd degrees. But you gotta be careful, because they could do that to you as well. But it pisses me off when I play Final Fantasy. Small rant about Final Fantasy. Final Fantasy gives you all these damn spells, and then you go up against the boss and they're like, no, it's immune to all debuffs. And I'm like, then why? Let me use them. Yeah, I hate that so much. It's because it's my favorite way to play turn-based combat. I love playing with buffs and debuffs. It's just, to me, the most fun and interesting thing to do, stacking them and stuff like that. That's like basically all Dragon Quest is built around, is stacking buffs and debuffs, and your opponent's like removing them from you, so you have to re-put them back on. That is all Dragon Quest combat is. And that's why I like it. It's just 100% play the way that I like to play anyways. And it pisses me off when I'm like, I want to do a poison build. It's like all bosses are immune to poison. And I'm like, fuck off. Protect Shell Haste is the one answer to everything. Yeah! At least in Dragon Quest, they understand that you want to be using those for everything. So what they do is they give bosses the ability to remove them. So you have to like weigh your options on like which ones do I want to re-enable real quick. Which I know some people don't like, some people find that frustrating, but I think it understands that the Protect Shell Haste problem is more engaging whenever you have to weigh your options and you don't just have them the whole fight. When they remove them to you, that's a scary moment and it makes it much more interesting. Also, they let you poison things sometimes. Let me poison things sometimes. Final Fantasy's really bad about that. It pisses me off. We missed the tablet. We're going back in. We missed the tablet, and I want the tablet. I forgot we were looking for a tablet, if I'm being honest. I love Final Fantasy, but that's just like my biggest gripe with the gameplay of classic Final Fantasy games that I love so much. Is I'm like, there's no point in using debuffs. The game does not want you to. Because it's like, what? Am I going to use them on, like, wolves out there when I can just one-shot the wolves anyways? Cool. Thanks, game. Damn it. Hardest part about losing that is I lose my range. Alright, we gotta keep an eye out. We don't want to miss... we don't want to miss the thing again. This is where we found the P-Man. Probably not the best character to be using against the Lava Dragon. Okay. Damn it. Go down? No. Because bosses are immune to everything. Yeah, I hate bosses being immune. Like, I don't know. I just would rather them not put poison and all that shit into the game if they're just gonna... Oh, I see what to do. This is where we missed it. If they're just gonna punish me for wanting to use it. Are one of these broken? One of these are bound to be, like, non-shimmery or something. It's in this room. We know it's in this room. Keeping an eye at the spikes below. Okay, I don't think it's the spikes. Shit. It's in this room. This is the room. Persona? Even though bosses are immune to Persona is weird because my Legion exposure them right too. Breaks the fight. Yeah! I'm not too familiar with Persona's combat or Shin Megami Tensei. Those just weren't my, I don't know, I haven't really resonated with them that much. But like, I don't know. Come on, man. Let me use my things. It's like giving me a tool and then telling me I'm not allowed to use it. Like giving me food and then being like, but you can't eat it. And I'm like, then why'd you give it to me? Why would you do that? That's so cruel. Okay, where the hell is this guide? Well, now, oh, no, I bet it's this one because we cleared out all the guys. Yeah, there we go. We got the tablet. I think that's all of them. I think that's the last tablet we need. Don't forget to grab it. Really, Monkey Boy is so surprised that the couple of hard enemies I've faced all seem to have the same tactic. Hey, do all the hit spam while UA has no ways to heal everyone. Yeah. No, that's fair. That's fair. I definitely think it throws at you things that, like, you don't have the tools to properly handle. Well, I mean, if you were, like, crazy grinded, not crazy grinded, the games are not grinded. There's literal level cap is, like, 50 levels lower than the strong enemies. But, like, what was I trying to say? Fuck. My brain shut down. It's really hard to fight them until you gain access to certain crafting recipes. It definitely throws at you things that, like, most players are not going to be able to handle way early. On repeat playthroughs, though, I bet you'd find ways to handle them pretty well. People who get good at them are scary good at those games, those fights. I know I have hit a point with the Atelier games where, like, they're really, really painfully easy for me now. Because I've played so much and I've gotten so comfortable with the crafting. I want to do a playthrough where I play on the... This is a complaint I have with them. You have to unlock the hardest difficulty by beating the game once on the hard difficulty. And those games without it, I've gotten so good at them that I'm like, it's so piss easy. It's so piss easy for me. Because I've gotten so good at, like, crafting and making just OP shit. For Excursion, because I know I'll lose a lot of health, but I can burn down fast enough to manage my... It is nice, though, that, like, death isn't the most punishing thing in the world. You do lose some stuff, like, you do lose stuff, but it's not that big of a deal. Mainly because there's no time limits. In the time limit games, it is a bigger deal. But I do enjoy that quite a bit. Is the early part of the game? Yeah. The early game of Atelier, I really try to hurry to get through, because I'm like, I want to get to the fun stuff, which I get why they have to pace it the way they do. If they don't pace all the fun stuff out, like, it would be so overwhelming with how complex it gets. Especially with, like, Sophie and the other, and Ryza and the Mysterious games and all that. Like, those games get convoluted, and I love it. I think it is very good how they handle that, but it does mean they have to very slowly dish you out things, and I'm like, I just want to get to the part where stuff gets really interesting. Picking up good quality materials with good traits, yeah. Oh yeah. Before your stuff has, like, any traits at all. I think Ryza got really good about that, where it's like, here's an option to get items, and if you're smart and you've played the game many times, you're like, oh, I know how to abuse this to get interesting traits way earlier than I'm supposed to. Do we spend our money on... No, we need to finish buying all the attack upgrades. Let's grab those real quick. Before we do that, let's cash in some money. But, like, I totally think it's the right choice how they handle it. Because, God, it would be so overwhelming as a new player if you're just getting all of this crazy shit right out the gate. Also, it would break the balancing of the game. In a game that's already, like, probably next to impossible to balance well, because people who are good at these games, like, after I beat them and I'm like, I've figured out everything, I like to look up what other people who really know what they're doing are doing, and I'm like, oh, you broke the game, like, before I even knew you could do that. Which is cool. It's so interesting. There's so much, like, nuance to everything. It's a game that chooses to be, like, really deep. It's kind of unassuming with how deep it can be. Okay. Let's get everyone their power upgrade. Does everyone already have it? I think everyone might already have it. I mean, if everyone already has it, that's rad. I'm just gonna check with everyone. Alright, sweet. Everyone's good. But I do think it's the right choice. Like I was saying, it's the right choice just to avoid overwhelming new players. I'm either too guarded with some of my best materials, not hunting down rumors enough, admittedly. Yeah, no, I was like that really bad when I was playing through Sophie. I did not do nearly enough rumors and stuff until like late game. So I was always broke. I'm always like, I don't want to use my stuff. I feel like I'm breaking things. Yeah, I very much like, I had my moment like late game that I'm like, this is how I can break it. The game has a lot of learning that you can do and improvement. That's why I like it though. That's what I think is so enjoyable about the crafting is it's like, you get better and you learn and you get better and you learn. And it's very much a natural process that you do, not something that the game gives you access to. It's like you're actually learning how to do alchemy. And that learning process takes time. It's fun because you're playing this really fun game, but it's like it's still a learning process. But that's one of the things that makes it so rewarding to play. Not to use Julio as your main take. He's so good. Dude, Julio is so crazy. What level are your characters? I'm wondering if you've hit the cap yet. Look at this dinosaur! Well, if it isn't Thorn, I thought you'd gone and died. You know this guy, Thorn? He's an old acquaintance. Hey now, don't be like that. We're childhood friends. We had all sorts of fun together, didn't we? Actually, I was just about to go out and hunt. Care to join me for old time's sake? Alright, you went and turned clean. Going through the check now? I mean, you don't have to if you don't want to. I'm just curious. What happened? Wasn't Willow your hero? He freed us from Zanculos' reign. He gave us the lawless world where only the strong survive. And we were the strongest. Anything we wanted, we could have. We did horrible things. Like what we did with your so-called caretakers. Shut up, you did it on your own. But you were always going on and on about them, saying they were no good for you. Characters are level 13. Okay. Okay. I think you're going to find more depth as you keep playing the game, and you're gonna find some interesting design choices with how they handle some of the character building stuff pretty soon. Pretty soon. Because I have some opinions, but I'm gonna let you develop your own before you start fighting some stuff soon. You were always going on and on about them, saying they were no good for you. Well, they sure tasted good. Right now I'm looking at even tastier treats, with shiny treasures to boot. I won't need to go hunting today. Why am I trying to do single attacks? I'm playing as... Holy dinosaur. This is a cool boss arena, by the way. Yeah, what's he doing? Whoa. Well. Yeah, that's right. What are you gonna do, Mr. Dino? Oh, he's back. How far? Oh, he's big. Oh, he's big. Shit. Shit. You reach a little hand out. Yeah, I think each character being simple but having a very specific role. Sorry, talking about Atelier Sophie again in chat. I think the way they design Atelier party members is that they are extremely simple, but they play a very specific role. And even if they share a role with someone, they do it very differently. So every party member has a purpose. And the question is, how do you want to build into that purpose? Because also, like, depending on how you build it, you can invest in different ways into them. Like, they're very specific, but they're very flexible. If that makes not flexible, but they're very. It's you have a lot of control over how you're wanting to use them and who you're wanting to use them with. It's way more about simple options and how you choose to use them than it is about giving you 1,000 ways to handle characters, which I think makes sense because the characters are very simple, but that means that the focus is put way more on the crafting and how you choose to use them and who you use them with, and that's where like all the depth and complexity comes from, which makes sense from a game where crafting is the primary gameplay mechanic. Like, it's all centered around builds and making your equipment. So I think them being very like not specific, but like very simple leans into that. And also, it's like with other games, when you have like a billion options, you always end up using only 2 to 3 anyways. So it just cuts out the chaff. Oh, he's so scary. Whoa! Shit. That isn't what I... Oh, fuck. And can do unique passives. Yeah, exactly. I think a lot of RPGs are starting to pick up the design mentality of simple characters that are that all play off of each other in unique and interesting ways. So because the characters don't have like a shit ton of things that they do, you can focus on balancing them all around each other in interesting ways. And a lot of the fun and gameplay comes from how you choose to use them and how you choose to build them with like other party members and stuff. Because it's like I said, with most RPGs that give you like 100 options and stuff, like your Final Fantasies and stuff, for example, you always end up just sticking with your same tried and true, like 3 or 4 options anyways. So instead of like giving you 1,000 spells, it's like, why don't we just lean into how people are going to play these games in the first place? Fuck you, dinosaur. See, I never get out of the way of that. That move is what's messing me up. I panicked. Lulu has 5 spells, Elemental and Flare. I also just don't like elemental weaknesses. I don't think they're interesting. I just don't like whenever my solution to things... This goes back into talking about buffs and debuffs being my preferred way to play RPGs. I just think buffs and debuffs are much more interesting in building a strategy than making sure I hit them with the right color, like the Simon Says button. Yeah, especially now with how they're implemented. I think there's probably ways you can make them much more interesting. I just don't think anyone's doing it. And I'm not really interested in finding the answer myself. He summoned Dinosaur. Dinosaur drop heart! You fool! Shit. I dashed forward and I meant to just dash up. Nope. Ah, I didn't fall for it this time. I dashed wrong. Oh. Fuck, I didn't move forward enough. This is a tough boss fight. You really despise the Pokemon? Yeah. I mean, like, I just don't think Pokemon's combat is all that interesting. I know people love it, like, competitively, and it's like, oh, there's depth playing competitively. I'm like, it's just about reads, which I just don't think is as fun. Like, don't get me wrong, I think there should be a layer of reads, but, like, I don't like how annoyingly, like, leaned into it is. That's why my favorite formats to play, like, competitive Pokemon have always been ones that are way more setup focused. Setup, and I play a lot of gimmick Pokemon teams because I think that's just much more fun than playing a team that is good and balanced, because good and balanced just means you're using generically good guys and you're hitting right elemental weaknesses on the right reads on the right guys. I know that's oversimplifying it, but like that's just what it feels like to my brain. And it's just not how I enjoy my strategies. I think the card game handles it a lot better, actually, which is interesting because the card game, it's literally like turns everything into a one-shot with the rock, paper, scissors, but like, I don't know. Like, you can't just rely on getting away with that because usually you're sticking with only 1 or 2 attributes when you're playing the Pokemon card game. So you can't just have coverage for everything. So it's like, despite the fact that like you have good matchups and bad matchups, it's in a game where you're 1 or 2-shotting everything anyways. I think the card game handles it much more interestingly. Because a lot of the strategy in the Pokemon card game isn't even about like hitting things, it's how good can you get your setup versus how well can you get your opponent can efficiently, like setting up your strategy a lot more than like actually hitting the right things. And I think that's probably why it's a little bit more engaging. It also has a lot to do with why it's not my favorite card game. But I think it's why I think it's the better version of like the Pokemon gameplay. It's always sad. I'm pretty cool with metagame when it comes to card games. Mainly because, like, as someone who plays off meta, it means I know what I mostly need to prepare about. Prepare for, and as long as I can, like, come up with counterplay, I can still play whatever I want. It is harder. It is an uphill battle, but I think, and it depends on how well the format is, of course. There are formats in card games where that is way more viable than others. Like, fucking Yu-Gi-Oh! Right now. Yu-Gi-Oh! For the past, like, year, man, has been not doing that as much as doing that for fuck. Yeah, no, I mean, like, I 100% understand, like, not liking it. I'm not saying it's good or bad. I'm just saying that's a taste thing. That's gonna come down to taste. But also, there's, like, different metagames where it's more viable to do that than others. It really depends on, because that's the thing with trading card games. It's a big strength and a big weakness is like, that is always going to be shifting. We have taken way too much damage. I know I have healing items. I'm just stubborn. I don't want to use them. These metagames are always shifting, so you never know when the format's going to open up and be pretty open to whatever you want to be doing. Versus, like, the downside of that being also, like, you never know when you're going to enter, like, a one-deck format. Which is, Yu-Gi-Oh's been getting one of those, like, every year. That's not where it's at right now. Well, I mean, people say that's not where it's at right now. I don't think playing Snake Eye Fiendsmith and... well, it's not that bad. Everything in Yu-Gi-Oh! Right now is playing the Fiendsmith engine, and I don't like it. But I just don't like the Fiendsmith engine. It's either that or you're playing Stun, and I hate Stun. Fuck! I messed that up so bad. Oh, I choked. I saw how low his health was, and I got excited, and I choked. Shit. Fuck! Oh, I'm messing up. Back off. Alright, phase 2. Phase 2. Phase 2. Phase 2. I think the thing about, like, playing card games, trading card games, that really helps me when it comes to how I look at it like that and stuff, when it comes to that kind of stuff, is I always see them very... Oh, free health. Very akin to fighting games, competitive fighting games, is always how I have looked at them. Fuck you, lizard! Oh, the lizard's not gone. The lizard's still here. I don't want the lizard still here. Oh, he's gone. Okay, he left. Oh, the health. Oh, we're getting so lucky. We're gonna beat this one by luck. Yeah, we're beating this purely with the power of luck. That's a good fight. Holy shit. Oh, that's rad. I love that boss fight. That's a good boss. I guess you really didn't need me, Thorn. In order to be strong. It's not about being strong. I just don't think Willow intended for us to do things the way we used to. We chose to be bullies just because we could. But then we were no different from the authority we claim to hate. Are you in there? God damn it. You're right! All this chaos and violence and bad things going on. Not good, I say. Willow, is that actually you, in the flesh? Whoa! Oh no, this is... Whoa! Look at that! Such a beautiful statue, and so true to life. Dare I say, I haven't aged a day. I'm glad you like it, sir. I carved it myself. Gosh, what an honor to meet you. Please tell me how I can become stronger so that I can always get what I want. No, tell him he's got the wrong idea, Willow. What? I do not have the wrong idea. Can't we all just get along? Apparently not. Which is why you all need my guidance. Especially you, old man. Oh, I'll get to you. Guys, you can go ahead and pass me that stone of power now. I'll even buy you some candy, so give it here quick. About that. How's that for quick? You think I didn't know what you were up to? Finding this was no problem to me. The stone! You already had it, you cheat! No candy for you! Stingy geezer. Don't think any of you are off the hook. You are all accomplices to his schemes. It's good to be back. No, they got the fish too? Well, the temperature's not so bad in here, at least. Not too cold, but not too hot. It's just right, I'd say. Hell, this really isn't time to be looking on the bright side. We're being put on trial. Well, it's not the end of the world. We're innocent, aren't we? Not really. Opposing Zankylos is our crime. We're definitely guilty. Okay, then maybe don't say it out loud. Hello? Hey, I remember you guys. You're the ones who broke me out of that chest the other day. One good deed leads to another, or so they say. Oh, me next! Huh? Well, you're the guy who locked me in that chest to begin with. Sorry, but you're on your own, buddy. Figures, it won't budge. How'd that guy do it? Oh, what's the point? It's all over. No, we can still do this. We just need to get the Stone of Power from Zankylos before your trial starts. Wow, you really would do that just for me? Oh, I couldn't have asked for a better daughter. Daughter? I thought I was just your descendant. Oh, yeah, I wasn't sure before, but it's undeniable now. You're just way too much like her. You mean Mom? Yeah, she was a beautiful angel. For real, I mean. Like the ones from the sky with halos and everything. It's a long story, but that's actually how I got my magic powers. It's true. However, your existence complicated things to say the least. But there's no doubt about it. Not only did you survive, you became an incredible woman, too. Oh gosh, this is all too much. I don't know what to say, Dad. Wait, can I call you that? Of course you can, because that's who I am. I can't believe it's really you. Well, we should probably go while we still have a chance. Yeah, you're right. We can make up for lost time after we get out of this mess. Just don't make your old man wait too long. Don't worry, Dad. We'll be right back with that stone before you even know it. In fact, that goes for each of you. Oh, this is what? My phone is going off. Where's my phone? Over there, whatever. It can go off over there. You've all done nothing but impress me these past few days. Yeah, don't mention it. Oh, but I will. I'll even give you a little present. Thank you. Got a magic crystal. It ain't candy, but it's the next best thing. I was not expecting us to be into another level. What is this? Zenklos is supposed to have been sealed away. What do you mean there are consequences for my actions? What, now I gotta clean up after this giant dinosaur? I'm so beyond done with this job. This is unacceptable. Columbo. Forgot his name was Columbo. I did everything right and they imprisoned me. And to make matters worse, this cell severely lacks accommodations. Where's the person in charge? Never thought Zenklos would actually get me. I guess I was too naive. Now this is a pickle. I thought I was home free with my handy-dandy drill still in tow. But it's no good with these energy bars. It only works on teeth. What are these guys? Bear Jr., have you seen my papa? I'm worried about him. Oh dear, this is exactly what we feared could happen. Oh hubby, if you're still out there, you have to help us. I was relieved when the chest remained shut throughout my time as a clan leader, as my son was not so fortunate. Hey, I think that's Willow the Wizard right over there. I definitely heard his voice. If he could just come and sign my staff. Ooh. We got a whole ass world. Alright, first though. Let's turn in these. Oh, did we already do it? Oh. Did we get the medal? Oh, we did get the medal. Oops. I did not realize that. Did we miss something in here? Sorry, just we didn't go this way, and I need to. It's important for me to not obsess over it. Oh, hey, these guys are free too. I ain't seen nothing. I ain't doing nothing. That guy probably wasn't supposed to leave. He's gonna get in trouble. Hi, Tonkatsu. I was in the middle of teaching these nasty raptors a thing or two, but that fiend Zenklos showed up and ruined everything. Now I'm stuck in here without my trusty sword. This sucks. Hikari, I'm not even worried about being locked up. I can leave anytime I want. Well, then why don't you? There's gotta be a way out of here. You look pretty capable. Maybe if we take out Zenklos, it'll set us free. Sure. Well, that worked. What down here? Oh, nice. Possessed Army of Zankylos. Ooh. Did we miss anything in World 5? I don't think we did. We also have all of the tablets, I think? So we could go back here, hand in these. Let's go check out the Mother Stock. See if we can turn in enough for anything there. I'm trying to think, do we have anything that we can hand to people? I do like the ghost pea. Ah, we do. Nice. She might even be at full power. We saved all the P-men? Are we beating the game? Are we at endgame? Huh. I mean, there's probably like secret levels and stuff we have to unlock. I can only imagine that these tablets are going to give us some stuff to do, so we probably have a little bit more. Wait! Thanks, losers, but I'm the one who will be making this wish. Oh, Mother Stock, I have requested 1 million jewels and, what else? A large pepperoni pizza. And a chocolate cake for dessert. Oh, she's mean. Oh, she's not the white. Oh, I thought she was gonna be a friend. What the fuck? Nah, P-man. Stop. I don't know if this is the right character for us to be picking. Nope, not Lovey. Okay, keep it up. I was trying to air dash. Okay, good. Nope. Damn it. Oh, this thing has so much health. Oh, big P-man. No, we can do this. We can def do this. Nope. Nope. Get out of there. Okay, we're out of magic. Just keep it up. Fuck, I landed on it. Oh, did you see that health bar? Oh, we were going crazy too. And I blew it. Damn. Alright, let's do this. Yeah. Okay, good. Fuck. No. Ah. Ah. There we go. That's how you do it. That's how you do it.
Hello, Mother Stock. Dearest me, I do get the grumpiest after a long nap. What did you want again? A pizza? Well, I've never been great at making pizza. Something about the crust. Still, as per tradition, I do owe you something for restoring my energy and forgetting of all my helpless little children. P-Man! P-Man Peter.
Sorry if I hit you, pal. I didn't mean nothing of it.
We can't thank you enough for bringing us all together again.
We missed our Mother Stock so very much. Outbursts and all.
Yes, and again, my sincerest apologies for that. Please understand, I lost consciousness for hundreds of years, all because of some wizard's roughhousing nonsense. And you, what gift shall I grant you if not a pizza? I've just the thing.
Ooh! Don't you... Incredible power.
Let its protection be an eternal reminder of our gratitude. How nice! This incredible power allows you to maintain the highest tier, even after taking damage.
Ooh!
In addition, your Jumble Jump will be better than ever. Toggle it on and off from the pause menu. Now, if you don't mind, I have some catching up to do. The view from here has changed after all this time, if ever so slightly. I shall enjoy getting acquainted with all those new trees below, while mourning the loss of others. That's life, you know. Now go on and enjoy yours, darling.
So we're just gold now. Nice. Look at all these P-men. I think that's all of them then.
Sup, dude? Feel free to hang here with us anytime. You're a real hero.
Hell yeah, P-Man Peter. Wow, it is kind of settling in that we are in the late game. We are in the end game. We should go on a purchasing spree. First of all, let's go to the Space of Smooth Meditation, talk to him, see if we have anything we need to get.
Hello, Frog.
Knowledge. Of Oasis Garden. He watches over the graveyard there. See him once more with a friend request. I don't think I've forgotten. He's the guy who wants us to get the mushroom, right? Did we find anything about the thing? Did we find out anything about the thing? I thought we were looking for like a golden mushroom. Oh no, this is the guy with the potions. We may as well buy that. It was the wrong guy. Is it you? I already forgot what he looks like.
Usually venturing through all the Dreadlands, and for what? To see some little...
Oh, okay, this is this guy. Nope. Nope. Oh, it was this guy, wasn't it? Right. Where do we find that? It's in the next stage, right? The one right after here? Still haven't been able to figure out where the gold mushroom is. We're gonna buy that real quick. Because I believe it's here that he's talking about in the Ambrosia Forest. I just don't know what he's talking about by the golden mushroom. Or where it would be. I know it's hidden somewhere. Curious. I don't know where we missed it when we were here before. Shit. Nope. Yeah, we'll just do this. Up here? No. No. What about... Let's get rid of that guy. I need someone who I can control more easily. Can I get down here? No. Trying to keep an eye out on everything just to see anything suspicious. Yeah, get here. Is that good? No. See, I see the spory mushrooms and I'm like, it's gotta be there, right? I don't think that tells me anything. This looks kind of like an area where we would have a secret. Like over here. See, like, what's that? Is that a thing? I don't know. I don't know if that's a thing. I don't know. Because this is what it's like kind of below, right? I figured maybe if I could climb these trees? Oh, this is like the sneakiest of secrets. Oh, I don't have enough for that. Dang it. I feel like... I don't know what I feel like. like I don't know. That's what I feel like. Nope. Wow. Nope. It's worth a shot. You don't know. I don't know. See, now we're at the point where I don't have enough magic to do the thing I want to do, though. Yes. I'm so curious. What we are missing. I gotta keep an eye on the down low too, just in case there's anything up there. I don't know, maybe? It's worth a shot. Nope, down. Interesting. I see a door there. Sometimes you see a door and you gotta go investigate the door. I want the treasure. I want the treasure. There's so much treasure in there. Door? Golden mushroom! How have I never noticed that door? Have we not noticed that door till now? Sneaky door. Okay. We got it. Let's go. Oh, thank you. Very polite of you, game. No, I want that. Thank you. No. And now we can just focus on getting to the end of the level, which is right here. Nice! We got the gold mushroom. We spent a while looking for that one. That was a sneaky guy. Here you go. Quick offer to Alini. You're not my dad, Dad. Hey, I got an achievement for getting every magical weapon. Hey, Alini, I found what you were looking for. Mushroom.
Oh my, that was most delightful. Yes, it's all that I'd hoped it would be. Why, I can't even begin to describe the flavor. Thank you, Thorn, truly.
Well, I'll be. It was the least I could do. Hey, so guess that mushroom's ours. even if it's been digested. Mushroom. This is been digested by a ghost. It can now become a powerful magical weapon. Oh, is that how that works? Oh wait, that's really cool. I like that. Wait, that might be awesome. That's a boss fight weapon if I've ever seen one. That's not that guy. Well, actually, we might have the thing for the guy. We have so many items and we are at endgame. How do I get that? Okay, well, he doesn't know. Wait. Maybe we know. Nope. Don't know what to tell you, guy. Good luck. Where's that frog at? I don't remember. Knowledge. Oh, I forgot about that guy. Dorkin of the Hotspot. Oh, you got the ghost sheet, right. Of the torn bed sheets to Dorkin.
Whoa, holy heck, don't scare me like that. I thought it was a ghost. Wait, that's it? Trip that thing over me.
Boo! Hey, come on, humor me a little. Boo! Now we're talking. Ain't nothing scarier than that. Yeah, thank you. One more. I think one more is all we have room for. Alright, but I think we're gonna find it next time. Cause I got stuff I gotta go do. Thanks for stopping in and saying hi, everyone. Thanks for playing game with me. I think we beat this next time. I think we're done. I think we're gonna finish it up. I think we're gonna be beating the game. That's exciting. That's exciting, y'all. But that'll have to wait until next time, because I gotta go to the thing and to the bathroom. Go say hi to Manic. Manic's doing some animating. Who doesn't love some animating time? And we'll play more next time. I'll catch you then. Take care. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.